Hey guys, this is System, and this is Skyopolis 4. Hope everyone is well, having a utterly amazing day. Let's go ahead and jump right back into this pretty cool pack. So, in between episodes, I went ahead and, I guess, moved our little door wall here down to here. So it's looking pretty snazzy. Cleaned up the front of this really good, and yeah, it just looks good. So I just went ahead and put the controller right here with the advanced item collector, and it just does exactly what it needs to. Also, I went ahead and added another millstone here. I needed one to make some of this redstone because we're going to need it today. So I just went ahead and get that ground down. That's actually made with granite right here. So I made it with the granite right here, and we get the pebbles from the strainers. So that works out fine. Also, I went ahead and automated this here finally. So the coal dust, it's been making our coal coke, right? So you take that, you smelt that down, turns into coal. Then you run that through the coke ovens. I automated this. I did that with this here, these golden hoppers. You see it right there, it's a golden hopper. Pretty easy recipe once you have gold, right? So let's check that out right there. There you go. And this thing actually has a filter in it. So I was actually able to just tell it to only let coal dust into it. And now the coal dust just kind of comes out here. I just fill up this chest and this chest and then just let it go, right? So works pretty well. And yeah, definitely got the job done. So I did that, got that done, and that is pretty sweet. I guess the other thing I did was go ahead and set up a arc furnace. So we kind of head over here. You'll see quite quickly we have a new multi-block, and that is the arc furnace, the one we were kind of working towards there. So that is all set up and ready to go. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and use that right away. So let's go ahead and grab this. Let's go ahead and grab these. These are our graphite electrodes that we were working on yesterday. Now there's two ways to make this thing. These things, I should say. This is the more expensive one. So you take the hot graphite and then run that through a metal press. It takes 4 per, and you get that 50% one. Later on, we'll be able to get to this version of it, where you take 4 hot graphite, and then you make yourself a graphite electrode, and it's 100%. So basically, we're getting half durability ones doing this way, and later on, you'll get full durability ones. But anyway, they go in there, they sit up there, and yeah, that is pretty awesome. And what we're going to do with that, I guess we might as well go ahead and just jump into it, right? So let's head over here, do that, go ahead and grab some casings. We want these ones right here, and go ahead and grab these. Let's do a good batch of them, and then just toss them all in here. And that's going to give us thermal machine frames. With that, we'll be able to get into thermal and just kind of progress here. So yeah, just pretty awesome, just like that. Look at that, a machine frame. That is cool. Now we go up here, kind of look at our quest line here. There's a quest down here for the Flux Network stuff, and I'm going to kind of skip that for right now, because even if we go ahead and get to the point where we make this here, the Flux blocks, we can't actually make the points and plugs yet. So you go to, I guess, points here, check them out. You actually need the assembly controller. I guess it's the whole assembly setup from Pneumaticcraft. So I'd rather work towards that before I go through that quest line, because this seems kind of pointless. So we look at our quest lines over here to the first of many. We're going to start working on this one here, which was, it's like 2 weird paths to get to it. So this is the assembler right here. We need to go to Pneumaticcraft and go through this part here to get up to the assembler. So I think we need the printed CPU circuit boards. Then we need air compressors, which we already have one, but we'll need more. But we also need oil, because we need plastic. You make these black plastic bricks, I guess. And I guess if you go to use on those, actually it's not there, it's right here, this plastic sheets. There you go. You take those bricks, throw them in the weak eroding, then you can get these plastic sheets, and these are used a lot in Pneumaticcraft. So that is kind of our life right now, and what we're working towards, basically. So let's go ahead and grab these machine frames and start making some machines and just getting this going, right? So this should be pretty cool. Anyway, pretty happy with the progression. It's moving pretty good. It just feels good in this pack, I have to say. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab this stuff. Oh, I forgot all our gears and plates that I made, so I should go ahead and grab those. We also have to make a new power source today too. I kind of forgot about that as well, because all our power is over here, and we're gonna need some power over here. But they actually have one of the quest lines, so we have to make I think it's a compression dynamo, so we're gonna go ahead and do that as well. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab, I guess we'll go ahead and grab that first. It's super easy, right? So let's go ahead and grab that. Sweet, sweet. Let's go ahead and grab a good amount of these, what are these called here? Flux coils. They're just a crafting thing, so go ahead and grab one of them. They actually gave us a liquid we could use with this. It's the strong creosote. This stuff right here. I got some in a chest, right? So I actually have 3 buckets, but we should be able to take one of them we actually grab a piece of paper. Let's go ahead and do this right quick. Do that. I think we just unlocked that quest too, right? I want to make sure I have this one unlocked. There you go. Yeah, right there. Actually, is that a click quest? It is too. Let's do that. It's going to make it so I get the actual blueprint now. That's going to make it so I can make those electrodes cheaper. So that's cool. So I want to go ahead and do that. And the way they have that recipe set up is basically this. You just put down one of these buckets of liquid, and then you go ahead and throw this in here. And there you go. This is the actual blueprint. That's going to make it so I can make those electrodes. Just on the table there, the whatever that thing's called, what is that thing called? The engineer's workbench is what it's called. Yeah. And then I don't have to use a machine to actually make the electrodes either, so that is cool. But anyway, let's do that. What else do we got going here? Let's go ahead and start making machines. Let's go ahead and make our pulverizer, hopefully. Go ahead and do that. I guess we're going to need some pistons. Let's go ahead and grab some cobble, because for some reason, glass and cobblestone is just not recognized by the system at all, and I always have to do it manually. So let's go ahead and do that. Looks good. Next one, I guess, would be induction smelter. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab that. That looks good. Sweet and sweet. Then the redstone furnace, we'll need that one as well. Looks like we have everything. Then we're also going to need these ones as well. I think these are a couple of minutes, so we need the center. What is there? Centrifugal. I just almost spoke Swedish there. Centrifugal, I guess, separator. Let's go ahead and grab that. I don't know why that's so hard to say, but right now my brain does not want to say it. Let's go ahead and grab you. I can say centrifuge, no problem. It's just adding a "oh" at the end. My brain doesn't want to do. And then a fractioning still. So let's go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and grab a piece of glass. Let's do that right there. And that should be most of our machines. Now we're going to go ahead and grab a battery as well, just because, well, it's nice to be able to store our power. So let's go ahead and do that. And this one from Cyclic stores about a good amount. It's 640,000. So just from one of these little batteries. So we'll grab that. And then maybe some of these energy cables, because we like to move energy and power around. So that is cool. And I'm just going to, I guess, run over here and grab our, I think we've got a liquid hopper right here, which we'll be able to make soon anyway. These are from Pneumaticcraft. We could probably make it right now, actually. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this. There you go. And then we'll go ahead and actually get these all set up. Now, I probably won't set up the pulverizer and the redstone furnace right now, just because I don't want them draining power. And we're going to be using quite a bit of it from the start. We're going to set up these three here. So we're going to set up the induction smelter. So go ahead and pop that one there. Then I think it goes from there to the centrifuge. So let's do that. There we need the fractioning still. So just go like that. We're going to go ahead and set up the power, right? So let's go. Actually, how does this go when you place it down? Just like that there. That works. We'll send that into a battery. Then we'll go ahead and grab our power cables, which we just do that and that. Then we go ahead and, I guess, put some, liquid in there. And that should start producing power. You can see there, it's doing its thing. It's only going to be 40 RF tick, but anyway, this thing, I think this liquid, actually, if you go to, what is there? Strong, this stuff here, strong creosote, which I think is a custom liquid for the pack, produces 300,000 RF tick, which isn't horrible, you know what I mean? But we can also produce this stuff. I actually hunted it down. There it is there. Sulfur dust and lead grit. So with all the creosote that we have in our coke ovens, we could actually turn into this stuff. So it's actually not too bad at all. So anyway, that's good there. And I need to set this to output. So let's do that. Let's just set all the sides. And then this should start getting power. And this as well. And this as well. So that is looking good. So the next thing we need to do, I guess, is grab some of the coke dust. So I think I have some of that over here. So let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Let's just do that. Awesome. And then I guess we'll also need to grab, what else we need there? The actual coal dust, right? Do I have any of that in here? Coal dust, I do not. Well, I just happened to make a big batch of it and I showed you, I guess, over here. But I did not grab any because I'm not that smart. And we'll go back and get this red sand we got to get going. So basically what it's trying to get us to make right now. We're trying to go ahead over here. Wrong one, right here. It wants us to go ahead and make bituminous sand. It's made in the induction smelter. So we're doing this recipe right here, and we have to do that. Once we do that, we need to take that, and this machine can be used to make crude oil from the sand. Tar and bitumen is a byproduct. Now, the main product we need is the bitumen. That's what's going to turn into the plastic when we smelt it down. But also we have this little loop here to get us to the light oil. And this is going to be the liquid that we need, I believe was the last thing we needed to be able to go to the nether, I think is what it was. I think it was what it was, right? So if we go to the nether token there, right here, sweet. Yeah, it's the last liquid we need for that. So basically it's a, I guess, multi-step process. We got multiple things going on at once, right? So that's cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and actually start some of this up. So we would go this, that, and the other thing, right? And that's going to start making the sand. Then we'll probably want to output that. So we'll just output that automatically, I guess, and input it into this one. Because actually, I need to make sure it's the right thing, too. Is that going to go to the right spot? Yes, I should be able to. Let's just say auto output. There you go. And this one, I should be able to say auto input. There you go. And I'll just start taking that. And I think that'll start breaking down. I don't know if that's working. Yeah, it is. The bar is going across. And that's going to give us several byproducts there. I think it said in the quest there. It said we're going to get our sand back 75% of the time, which is nice because it's extra work. Tar, which I think can be used as power. Yeah, in a Stirling generator. That's going to be just 8,000. It's barely worth it. And then the bitumen that we need. Then we finally go ahead and take the liquid that's going to come out of this. It's going to be the crude oil, right? So I'm going to probably go ahead and just tell this one to input as well. And tell this one to output, right? So just like that. Auto input there. Then enable the input. There you go. And I believe when we process the crude oil, it's going to give us our 2 other liquids, right? As well as more bitumen. Another chance for that, right? So it's kind of like just a chain how it works here, right? So it's a thing. So we should have that there. There's our crude oil. It's being processed. Don't know if we could hit use on that, but we can't. Not crude oil or crude oil. Let's go to crude here. Just to see what the rates are on the bitumen, because I do need a good amount of that. We do have another way we get this too. We could go ahead and set up a pump jack. Just pull this stuff out of the void. Then use that as power, which we may do later on, but I don't know about right now. Looks like it's about 10% chance here. I think it was like 50% chance here. So it'll kind of build up over time. But yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and do this. It's going to take quite a bit of time to get this all processed. While that's doing its thing, I guess, we're going to go ahead and start working on this here. We need these pressure chamber walls to get into the, I think it's called like the pressure reaction chamber. That's what we're working on. So to do this is, we need this reinforced stone. We need this compressed iron to get, right? So to do that is a little weird in this pack. They want us to get iron. So let's do this here. Awesome. Go ahead and get a whole bunch of nuggets. Let's just do like that much there. Then we're going to need an anvil. So it's another one of those drop the anvil on the item recipes here. So something like this here. Something like that there. Let's just make a good batch. And then we'll just go ahead and drop it. Sweet. And once we have the chamber, we could actually make it much cheaper. But the recipe on this is actually quite inefficient. It's 18 nuggets per compressed iron ingot. Usually you can blow this stuff up, but I don't think that. I think that recipe is disabled in this pack, so we have to do it this way. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can actually make, what is it? No, we need to make this here, right? The reinforced stone. Awesome. And then probably just do a couple recipes of that. Start with that and see where we get to. Then we need to make the bricks apparently. So let's actually make some bricks. Let's do this here. Maybe start like that. Maybe one more. Awesome. To make 2 sets of the walls, I guess. We're gonna make a fairly big one. We're gonna make you can make like a 3. There's different sizes, right? 3x3. We'll probably go with 5x5. Kind of start us off. The 3x3 one's okay, but you can only fit so much in it, and I want to go a little faster than that. So I guess that's the thing. Let's go ahead and make some of this here too. Let's go ahead and grab some glass. Awesome. And then we'll be able to kind of build little windows here. So let's do that. That looks good. And then I guess the last thing we'll need here is the interface and the chamber valve. So the chamber valve, I can't remember how this works here. Let's go ahead and grab that. That looks like glass, right? So let's grab you. That's good. And then the last thing we'll need here is this here. No, there was 2 more things. We still need this. So let's grab that. Chamber valve? Wait, what? Why do you get so many valves? I don't want 16 valves. I only want 1 valve. Is there any way to get 1 valve? Yeah, I just want this. Just 1 valve. So let's go with that recipe, because that makes much more sense. And then pressure and reaction chamber interface. There we go. We want these ones. So let's actually go grab 2 hoppers and go ahead and grab that. That looks good. So, okay, I think we got everything. So we'll just set this up over here, I guess, at this point. Probably move it somewhere else at, I guess, some other point. May need some more walls, but that's fine, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and get this down. See if we can actually get this thing to multi-block. Should not be too hard. So something like that there. I'll have to get this light out of here, because that is unimportant at this time. Yep. And that there. Obviously, it did not make anywhere near enough actual walls, so let's go ahead and fix that real quick. And okay, we got most of this build here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the, I guess, the valve. I just want that kind of coming out the back here. So we'll do that. And we'll go ahead and grab the wall and then kind of fill that in there. Now, it's a little weird when you put in the, what are these ones called? These ones are called the interfaces. You need to put them, they kind of go the way you're facing them, right? So one needs to go that way, and then another one needs to go this way. So you just kind of do it like that and that. And then you'll notice that this is the output. So that's probably backwards to how I actually want it. And the other one's an input. So yeah, it's based on the way you place it though. So that one would be the output now. And this one will now be the input. So it'll kind of work like that. So that is a little strange, but definitely how it works there. I don't think there's any way to just rotate them either unless I am wrong. There you go. Now we actually have a pressure chamber. And this thing should be pretty much ready to go. We need our actual, I may need more of these too. The actual pressure makers. The, what is this thing called? The air compressor. Probably need some more of those. There you go. It's blowing out all the pressure, but that's fine. Not too worried about that. Makes a lot of noise doing it, but that is quite okay. Go ahead and grab a air compressor. Let's do that right there. Cool. And then we're going to want a, what is this called here? A pressure tube. Probably go like that and that right there. That'll connect. And then we'll want some kind of fuel here. So probably some charcoal, because I know we have some in here. That works. And we'll just start kind of, I guess, pumping that in here. Right here. There you go. And we need to build up the pressure in this thing. Now, when the pressure gets up to a point, we should start seeing some particle effects in here. The max pressure, you can see there, is 5 bar. After that, I think it'll kind of blow up, but we don't want to do that. So might want to watch this, I guess, a little bit at first. Let's do that. One thing we do to make that safe, I guess, is called it's called a security upgrade, I think. I think it's this right here, right? So maybe we'll go ahead and make one of these. Let's do that. There you go. And we have the valve, probably need some levers. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and grab some cobble. Do this right here. And this will just make that the pressure, the air compressor, I guess, safe. So if it gets overpressured, it'll start bleeding it out, basically, is what it does. So that's good there. And then I was going for security. So let's hunt that down. Totally forgot what I was going for. Go ahead and grab that. Safety tube module. And then we should be able to just grab this puppy. So that's just lapis. I was confused for a second. There you go. I think that's everything we need. And let's see if we can actually get this in here. Is this the right spot? There we go. Cool. So I think that's safe now. Now, I don't know if this could even produce enough pressure with just one of them to be able to do this, or it may just take a long time. But in time, this thing, I think when it gets over 2 bar, we should start seeing particles in there. But I think we need about 5 to be able to make what we want. So if I want to make a, say compressed iron in this thing, check that out. Look at that. Head over to the pressure chamber. Yeah, it shows you right here, right? So green is what you need, right? So if you're looking at a recipe, where it turns green is where you need to be. So at 2 bar, we can put iron in here, and then we'll get compressed iron to come out the other side. So that'll be how that works. So it's taking quite a while for this to actually get going, but I did go ahead and add a second air compressor. I forgot the bigger one actually takes quite a while to fill up initially, but it's only at 0.25 bar so far, and we need to get it too. So that will take a little bit. I'm not too concerned. I want to go ahead and make some of that fuel though. Just make sure we can do it easily, right? So I have some sulfur. I have some lead. We're need ourselves a tank as well. So let's actually go ahead and grab a tank here. Probably one of these ones. Let's do that. Awesome. And see if we can get ourselves a good amount of that strong creosote really easily. I think it should be pretty easy, right? So I've been using this just to, I guess, process the regular creosote. But all I should have to do is just kind of like throw this in the hole, I'm thinking. Just like that. Then I should be able to grab this tank here, right? Go ahead and make sure it's on bucket mode. There you go. Just do this, right? Then I'd have to bucket it out, and then I guess pick it up. Now, I could probably automate this later on with, what you call it there, RF tools. but not really an option right now, right? The RF tools, actually, I was looking at RF tools. You go to, let's go to RF tools, check it out here, and just look at like the machine frames for them, right? So there's the machine frame. You actually need the dimensional shards and you need the steel casings. And that's what a steel casing is in this pack, right? So we're not there yet at all. We're working on just this, right? Then you also have to have these machine frames plus the universal cables. It's just a whole lot of stuff, right? But we're a little ways off. But I can just do this, I guess, and get this done. Get us a good amount of this fuel going. At least we'll be able to power everything, right? So that actually works pretty well. Okay, we're at 2.54 bar. I thought this was going to have particle effects in it, but it doesn't. But I want to go ahead and see if we can just make if it's working, right? So let's go ahead and grab some iron. Go ahead and grab like, I don't know, like 9 of this stuff, right? So let's do this. And just see if we can turn the iron into compressed iron and if this thing's working. So if I take that, put that in there, right? Oh, it's making some sound. It's opening up the little door. It's dropping the items in there. Are they already done? They might be already done. Oh, do we have to filter the export? Is that the way this works? When I was talking about the filter, maybe it's on the export that I was totally wrong. Or no, I did. I got compressed iron. Let's see here. Does it have to be, yeah, crafted. All crafted. Yeah, exporting crafted. They did change this. You used to have to do this weird, like, craft, I guess, filtering thing on the export of this. But it looks like crafted or all. So if it's crafted, it'll come out. If it's not crafted, it won't come out, right? So that actually sounds good. And that's neat. So it's working. It's working. And how much of the pressure did it use in there? Actually, it's still going up, so that's good. All those have security upgrades in them, so that should be safe. And yeah, that is awesome. So we also have some of this bitumen over here, right? So we have it here and here. Let's go ahead and get some of that smelted up. I want to try some of these recipes here, right? So I know we have the whole empty PCB thing. This is to make circuit boards. Well, we also have capacitors and transistors. Let's go ahead and see if we can make some of those. I have the most of it ready to go. We just need a little bit of this, I guess, plastic here. So you do this here. You go ahead and get your black plastic construction block TM. So the trademark. They look a lot like Lego. I think that's the whole trademark joke, right? So you kind of just do that. Yeah, just like Lego, right? So that's the thing. Sweet. And this goes into weak eroding, right? So go ahead and take that, toss it into this liquid. Get yourself some of these papers. That's cool. Then I think I have recipes set up for about 10 of these, right? So if I go ahead and do this and that, and I think this, right? I think this is enough for transistors, right? This one and this one. Yeah, so it'd be 40, 10, 10. Oh, I may have the math wrong, right? So that should be good there. 40, 10, 10. Let's see. That. No, one more time. It'd be 20, 10, 10. As apparently I was trying to do double. But anyway, we'll do that there and see what happens, right? Let's just see if we actually get what we're going for here. So let that kind of pump in there and see how it goes. It may wait until everything's done, I guess. Oh, it's moving stuff in there either way. There you go. Probably won't do anything until all the right recipes in there. So maybe this kind of goes in a little time cycle. Can't remember how this works at all. You know, let the rest of the stuff in there. There he goes. Go let the rest in. So it looks like it lets in about 10 items at a time, maybe? Or maybe 1 item at a time. Maybe that's how it works. There you go. And it looks like it's already coming out. Yeah, there you go. It's getting our capacitors. So that totally worked. That is awesome. Actually awesome. This one is 3 to 1, so it'd be 30, 10, 10. So if I go ahead and grab this, right? So it'd be 30. Let's see here. 10, right? Let's try the right number. There you go. Try that there. Then I should be able to drop that off, and we should get our other one, which is actually really awesome. Now, another thing I want us to make here were the empty PCBs, right? I can't remember how they're made. So that is that, and that. So we need redstone torches. So there's that. And then we need some more of that plastic, I guess, which we could probably grab from right here, right? Awesome. And did we have any more on us? Not right now. Let's go ahead and probably see if those recipes are done now. But yeah, this is how it works. It just, yeah, it's a weird little system that works with just air pressure to kind of craft things, right? So it's kind of neat. Let's go ahead and I guess grab 10 of them, right? Let's do that. We want the PCB, right? It's the empty one. Do that. I remember the whole circuit thing is really weird with this. Anyway, so we got 20, 10, and be 30 gold, right? So we'll just grab that right there. Sweet. And it looks like we got our transistors and capacitors now. And now we can go ahead and see if we can actually just make our PCBs, right? Just do that. And that is really cool. That is really cool. Kind of let that one go. Another thing we need to do is make this UV light box. This is going to make it so we like, there's a whole process, right? To make these printed circuit boards. It's kind of confusing. So you make this printed circuit board, right? So you think that's great. Has to be a usable one though. So there's like a usable one and an unusable one. So you kind of click on this, you'll see that empty PCB in an etching tank with etching acid has a chance of making usable and unusable ones. So there's failed. So as you're making it, it's like multi-stage, right? So you do that, but you can go ahead and up that by using this UV light box. If you actually, I guess, go to use on that, maybe. I think it'll probably show here. Maybe use on this, maybe. Let's go here, go to use. There you go. You'll see if we run it through the light box, it'll make it 100%. You won't have any loss, basically, is how it works. It's a really strange mechanic, and yeah, it's definitely different. So that's good there. So we're going to need one of these light boxes, basically what I'm trying to say here. I just can't remember what it takes. It's actually not too much, and that was the thing I had to buy there. So let's go ahead and grab this thing. Let's do that. Go ahead and grab a light box, I guess. The UV light box. No, it's not there. UV light. Sweet. Go ahead and grab one of them. And we'll probably need some of these. So let's grab 3. Then grab this, hopefully. There we go. We've got ourselves a light box. Now we have to, I guess, just get these things zapped by light. I think this is just a time thing too, right? That's not working at all. I don't know why you won't go down the way I want you to. Let's do that. Nope. You go down like this. There you go. And there you go. Okay, so that works there. Go ahead and throw some charcoal in here. This one does not have safety in it, so I don't want to go nuts. That's going to start getting bar. And if I go ahead and grab some of these empty PCBs, there you go. Go ahead and throw, I guess, one in here. Awesome. And then I guess it's just the threshold, right? We want 100%. I guess it isn't really time-based because we're going to have 100% no matter what. I guess it's just over time, it'll just get done. At this bar, it's probably not going to be the greatest, though. I'm not sure if that's going to blow up or not. I'm a little worried. That seems to be going up really fast. Anyway, I'll just let this go and see how it works. There we go. The light turned on. That's what it looks like when the light's on. And you can see there the etch success chance is actually going up. And that's what we want to see. We want to get that up to 100. Then we have to work out how to make the etching acid. Let's see here. Etching acid, I guess, is the next thing we need to do. So we need to make that, and that. We have this, we have this, we have this. We do not have gunpowder, actually. How am I getting gunpowder? Do I finally need a mud farm? Now I can grab niter, sulfur, and charcoal in a mixer. So I guess I'll go ahead and get that done. So it looks like it gives us 6 of them. So everything's working, though. That is cool. So I actually read that wrong. It wasn't niter that we needed. We actually needed nitrate dust. The way I actually got that was by taking smooth sandstone and then grinding that down the crusher. And you have a 50% chance, which is not too bad. But that's not going to help me at all anyway. I'm not going to get to exactly where I want to today because I missed something else. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab that there. We actually have our gunpowder. So I was trying to make that etching acid, right? So go to etching. There we go. I thought this was just a bucket in the recipe, right? So I looked here. I thought that was just a bucket. Now that's a bucket of molten plastic. So if you actually look at that recipe there, it needs the pneumatic processing plant. So yeah, I completely forget this thing. I remember it's really weird though. It uses heat. I think it uses pressure, heat, and then you have to use like 3 to 4 stories, right? So it needs, yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It's a lot of work. You put in coal or charcoal. I guess one is for coal and one is for charcoal. Is what it looks like. There's your like temperature targets. You know what I mean? Like that. And yeah, it's a whole thing in itself. Refinery controller. Yeah, I think this is like the different stages of it here. Start with crude oil. Then it goes diesel, the kerosene, the gasoline, the LPG. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Basically, what I'm trying to say. So we need to produce either the biodiesel, which I guess we could get through immersive. I guess we could do that a different route, or the LPG. So one or the other. And it was just something I wasn't expecting to have to do today. Yeah, definitely not something I was looking at. I actually don't even remember how that thing works. I remember it has an odd mechanic where if you don't cover the sides, it actually loses heat. So yeah, that's a thing. I noticed down here they're telling us to use the heater on the etching tank too. If I remember correctly, you don't even technically need heat for etching. So this might be like a bonus thing, I guess. But I guess we'll find out when we finally have the etching acid bucket. So I think I may go ahead and actually wrap this one up here, because I actually need to go figure out exactly how this thing works, because I do not remember how this thing works at all. Well, not this thing. I know how this works. I don't know how that thermo pneumatic thingy bob works. So I guess I'll have to figure that out, and we'll come back to the next one. Then we'll finally get the setup for the actual assembler and kind of get progressed, right? So that sounds good. Plus, we'll be able to move along here too. Also, did we get our crude? I never checked here. I had to turn that off, making sure we actually have our crude now. So I should be able to grab this quest here. So I'll handle that. And that's what we'll have to actually run through that anyway. It'll be that crude bucket. So I guess that works out. And yeah, we'll have our light oil too. Do we have that? We have our light oil. So I guess I can grab a bucket of that. And with that, we'll be able to, I guess, get to the nether as well. So we have a lot of stuff going on kind of simultaneously. But I think we're going to go ahead and, like I said, end this one here. So as always, guys, like this video, please hit that like button. Really liked it. Hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, you guys all have a good one. See you guys next video. Later.